5,000 years ago, Egyptian physicians recorded a plant so powerful, they placed its seeds inside the tombs of pharaohs. Roman gladiators ate it before battle. Norse healers named it the soother. Ayurvedic masters prescribed it for intellect. The Bible counted it worthy of a tithe. Today, you know it as a pickle garnish. It may be the oldest documented medicine on earth. Dill is not a seasoning, it is a pharmacy, and the archive has the evidence. But to understand how a 5,000-year pharmacy became invisible, we need to open the oldest medical document ever found. The Ebers Papyrus, 1550 BCE, currently preserved in the Leipzig University Library in Germany. 700 medicinal formulas written on a scroll over 20 meters long, one of the oldest and most important medical documents in human history. And dill is in it, listed as a soothing medicine and a balm for pain. This is not folklore. This is archaeology. In this investigation, the archive traces dill through 3 chapters. First, its 5,000-year journey across civilizations. Second, how it was erased. And third, what modern clinical trials actually prove. And along the way, we will discover why Roman gladiators were fed this exact herb before stepping into the arena. Around 3000 BCE, Babylonian gardens were already growing dill. It was one of the earliest cultivated medicinal herbs in recorded history. Not a spice for cooking, a plant for healing. In Egypt, dill was more than medicine. It was sacred. When the French Egyptologist Victor Loret excavated the tomb of Amenhotep II in 1898, designated KV 35 in the Valley of the Kings, he found something unexpected among the burial offerings, several twigs of dill, sealed inside a pharaoh's tomb. This plant was considered important enough to carry into the afterlife. The Greeks took it further. In their mythology, a beautiful youth named Anethus was transformed into the dill plant. That is where the genus name Anethum comes from. Dill signified wealth in Greek culture. The physician Dioscorides, a Greek surgeon who served Roman armies, documented that charred dill seeds were applied directly to soldiers' wounds to promote healing. Then Rome. Gladiators were fed meals covered with dill. They believed the herb granted valor and courage before battle. Pliny the Elder, author of Naturalis Historia, the precursor to the modern encyclopedia, included dill among his most notable plants and spices. In 1st century Rome, dill was a symbol of good fortune. 4 civilizations, 4 continents, and we are only halfway through the list. The Norse gave dill the name that tells you everything. Dilla. It means to soothe, to lull. The very name of this plant is a medical prescription written into language. Every time you say the word dill, you are repeating a Norse healing instruction. In India, the Ayurvedic masters called it Shatapushpa. The Karaka Samhita and Kashyapa Samhita prescribed it for joint inflammation, abdominal pain, eye diseases, and ulcers. The Kashyapa Samhita describes dill as a rasayana, a rejuvenation therapy, claiming it promotes intellect within 1 month when taken with honey and ghee. It appears in over 56 Ayurvedic preparations and still formulated today. Every culture that found dill reached the same conclusion independently. But they were not done. Even the Bible mentions dill. Matthew chapter 23, verse 23. Dill was tithed, considered valuable enough to be taxed alongside mint and cumin. And in colonial America, Puritan and Quaker children chewed dill seeds during long church services. They called them meeting house seeds. The seeds kept children calm and settled their stomachs. Every major civilization on Earth, independently, found the same plant and reached the same conclusion. This is medicine. And then, somewhere between the Industrial Revolution and the rise of processed food, we forgot. The Industrial Revolution changed everything about how humans relate to plants. Food production shifted from gardens to factories. Herbs were reclassified. What was once medicine became flavor. What was once a pharmacy became a garnish. The economic logic is straightforward. You cannot patent a weed. When medicine became an industry, when synthetic drugs could be manufactured, packaged, and sold at scale, garden remedies became commercially irrelevant. Not because they stopped working, because they could not be monetized. Consider this question. Who benefits when a garden herb that costs almost nothing shows up in the same peer-reviewed journals as drugs that cost hundreds? The archive is not making accusations. The archive is asking about incentive structures. But dill survived. Not in pharmacies, in unexpected places. In 1851, an English pharmacist named William Woodward created a formula using dill oil and sodium bicarbonate. He called it gripe water. It was designed to soothe colicky babies, and it worked. That product is still sold worldwide today. Dill's digestive medicine survived 5,000 years into modern commerce, hiding inside a baby bottle. Eastern European immigrants carried dill's seeds to America, not as medicine, but as a cooking and preservation staple. They kept the tradition alive through food culture, even as the medical knowledge faded from mainstream awareness. The pharmacy did not disappear. It went underground. But the archive does not just tell stories. The archive checks the science, and the science is remarkable. In 2021, researchers reviewed multiple clinical trials on dill supplementation. The pattern was hard to ignore. Dill improved total cholesterol, triglycerides, and LDL cholesterol in patients with hyperlipidemia and type 2 diabetes. More studies are needed to determine exact dosing. But the direction of the evidence was consistent. That was not the only finding. Then came 2020. A clinical trial tested dill powder in type 2 diabetes patients. The results were clear. Dill significantly decreased fasting insulin and HOMA-IR, a standard measure of insulin resistance. It reduced LDL cholesterol and total cholesterol. It increased HDL cholesterol and total antioxidant capacity. These are promising results from controlled trials, not miracle claims. But here is where it gets interesting. Remember that enzyme the archive mentioned earlier? That enzyme is glutathione S-transferase. It is part of your body's own detoxification system. Research suggests that monoterpenes found in dill may activate this enzyme, enhancing the body's ability to neutralize carcinogens. This is early-stage evidence. The archive reports what the studies show, not what supplement companies want you to believe. And in 2023, the journal Nutrition Today published something that tied it all together. The review confirmed evidence for antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, analgesic, antimicrobial, and neuroprotective properties. These findings came from human studies, not just laboratory experiments. The archive does not prescribe. These are clinical findings from peer-reviewed journals. Always consult your healthcare provider before making changes to your health routine. 5,000 years of prescriptions. Now peer-reviewed meta-analyses are catching up. So the science suggests it works. But here is the part the archive loves most. You do not need a prescription. You need a garden. Dill self-seeds aggressively. Plant it once, and it comes back every year without replanting. It grows in poor soil. It tolerates sandy, loamy, slightly acidic conditions with a pH around 5.8. Full sun, Minimal water once established. Seeds germinate in 10 to 14 days. Sow seeds a quarter-inch deep, 10 to 12 inches apart. That is the entire process. A 5,000-year-old pharmacy for the cost of a seed packet. If you let the plant flower and go to seed, more dill appears next spring on its own. Nature designed a medicine that replicates itself. But the archive has one more question. The archive does not claim dill heals everything. No honest investigation would. But the archive does ask this. How did a plant documented in the oldest medical text on earth, sacred enough for a pharaoh's tomb, prescribed by every civilization for 5,000 years, become invisible? Not because it stopped working, because it could not be sold. Plant one seed, watch it grow. And when you harvest it, know that you are holding the same medicine that a gladiator ate before battle, that a Norse mother used to soothe her child, that an Egyptian physician trusted enough to bury with a king. The archive wants to know. Did you know dill's real history before this video? And what forgotten plant should the archive investigate next? Tell us in the comments. If this investigation changed how you see your garden, subscribe. Next week, the archive investigates a weed that 3 governments tried to ban and failed.